Okay, I'd like to introduce everyone to Simon Stephens. He's chair of the judging panel and a playwright. I remember the world premiere of his play Punk Rock 2 years ago here at the Royal Exchange. Simon Stephens.
Dave Haslam, Manchester legend. What a great honour to share stage with you. I'm meant to talk about the calibre of the plays on the shortlist for this year's Bruntwood Prize for Playwriting. That's what they asked me to do and expect me to do. And given that I'm the chair of the judges, that's maybe not all that controversial a request. It's kind of my job, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because it'd be too easy. It'd be too easy because I actually honestly think the calibre of the plays in this year's shortlist has been extraordinary. We got a flavour of that, I think, this afternoon. I honestly think that all 10 plays that we read and talked about in our exciting, difficult, passionate, combative meeting yesterday afternoon have the capacity to be produced professionally, and I suspect they will. All 10 of those plays feel not only impressive but also significant. It was a pleasure to be part of that panel and let alone chair it, and a real pleasure to read all 10 of them. But I'm not going to talk about those plays. I'm going to talk briefly, because it's getting quite tantalising now, about the 2,178 plays that we didn't get to read. 2,188 plays were submitted to this year's competition. That is a staggering amount. It's indicative of the level of creative energy in this country, I think, and the directness of that energy in new writing for theatre. The calibre of the shortlist is reflective of the calibre of the work submitted. It means, though, that there are 2,178 disappointed playwrights involved in this competition even before we start this afternoon. And I wanted to say something to them. Nearly 20 years ago, 18 years ago, in fact, in 1993, I submitted my play, Sleep of the Just, to the Mobile Prize, the then equivalent of the Bruntwood competition. It failed to make the long list, let alone the short list. It was a crushing disappointment that I remembered clearly before the start of yesterday's meeting. It made me realise the gravity and importance of our work yesterday, and made me remember that the test of a playwright's working life is not born out of the attempt to avoid rejection or frustration, because we all get frustrated and we all get rejected, but it's measured in how you deal with that rejection and how you deal with that frustration and the determination to continue in the wake of it. Now, I know that there are playwrights who entered plays into this year's competition who aren't here today, who will go on to write significant plays. I think the Bruntwood Prize, already the biggest prize for a new play in English theatre, will have its significance as a major intervention in the landscape of British playwriting revealed, not only today, but also in the future, by the calibre of the next plays that those 2,188 writers write. And I include the 10 writers gathered here today in that number, and I wish them luck and courage in their efforts. That you've made it here this afternoon is thrilling. The really exciting work, though, comes in what you do next. The plays that have made the shortlist inspire me in straitened times, in times when it would be easy for theatres to contract their aspirations. These 10 writers have demonstrated the urgency of expanding imagination, of writing with ferocity and honesty and wit and grace. Their work has been diverse in subject matter and world, but unified by a sense of aesthetic and political toughness, and a dramaturgical rigour and range that runs into the metabolism of all 10 plays. It has been a joy to read them. I very much hope that today marks the start of 10 careers, a start of 2,188 careers that will continue to provoke and astonish all of us in the years to come, and thank Mike and Bruntwood on behalf of all 2,189 of us for the opportunity to start that journey today. Thank you.